Hello and welcome to Free Sample. What is Free Sample, you ask? It's a show that looks at the monthly freebies offered by the likes of online services. Why, you ask? Because your hard drive space and time is precious. So I waste mine to give you a recommendation on whether or not to download the titles offered. At the moment, I unfortunately only have Xbox Live available to me, but I would definitely love to dive into Sony's offerings in the future. Alright, so let's dig in with Plants vs. Zombies. Get it? Dig in. Let's dig in. Because you... Okay, I'll shut up. In case you've lived under a rock for the last 6 years, PvZ is a tower defense game in which you plant defensive plants in the front backyard of your house in order to defend it. With the aid of your neighbor, Crazy Dave, who kind of looks like my dad and shares the same name. Weird. All the while, waves of slowly shambling zombies come towards your house to eat your brains. It's a fun, creative, and slightly addicting game. However, there's a high chance you probably already own the game, considering it's on roughly 14 platforms. And honestly, it controls better on PC and touchscreen-based platforms. So let's get down to it. Should you download it? Let's get to how this whole thing works. I'll be focusing on two things: download size and overall quality. PvZ is roughly a whopping 83 megabytes, which is not that much. As for whether or not it's good, well, it's positively reviewed among critics, and I generally enjoyed it. So, it's small size and fun gameplay. I would have to say I recommend to download it. That is, of course, if you don't already own it on, 5 other platforms. Moving on to Xbox One title of the month, which actually there are now 2. So this is the first one of the month, and that is Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag, a game I've already played on the 360 and already own on the One. Being the 6th major title in the series, released back in 2013, you play as Edward Kenway, a pirate turned assassin pirate. Assassin? Where you essentially force your way into the assassins group, commandeer a ship, and then all the while exploring the real world as an employee of the slightly meta Abstergo Entertainment. Nice one, Ubisoft. Black Flag, at least in my opinion, is one of the better games in the series. Not so much as an assassin game, but more so as a pirate game, where the sailing and ship-to-ship combat sections are actually really, really fun, but the land-based portions are really lacking, with the majority of it consisting of pretty much tailing people. At least that's what it feels like. So should you download it? In terms of file size, it's much smaller than most modern titles, being just over 23 gigabytes. So that's not too bad. As for quality, it averaged between 8 and 9 out of 10 from most critics. And of course, my bias, I would say yes, definitely recommend to download it. Of course, if you don't like pirates, then don't. So there you have it. 2 free games that are worth the download. That being said, this is merely my opinion, so feel free to disregard it. I only seek to preview the titles and give my recommendations. Or you can always say, screw it, it's free! If you like this and want to see more, comment, like, and subscribe down below. Also, feel free to give any constructive feedback. See you later in the month when the other free titles are available to download. Until then, here's your free sample. Bye!
Yes, smell the blood. Now lick it.
Raspberry jam. See if you can find any other clues.
Hershey's.